Yo, what is going on, my YouTube people? 29 United back here with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be previewing and predicting the UCL or Champions League round of 16 with a good friend of mine from Next Gen Podcast. Shoyan, if you want to present yourself.
Hello, everybody. Thank you, Arya, for having me on. I'm really excited to do this. And yeah, this is hype. Champions League, it's what it's about. It's not about Valentine's Day. It's about the Champions League round of 16. So I'm happy to be doing this with you.
Exactly. All right, so we're gonna start with the first one, probably the best one in my opinion to watch, and it's going to be the Paris Saint-Germain team versus Real Madrid. So I think it's gonna be one of the ones to watch for sure. So what do you think? I'm gonna start with your opinion. Who do you think is gonna win? Do you have any comments about it?
I will say this because you said this is the game to watch. I actually disagree. I don't think this will be the game to watch. We'll get to the game to watch in the round of 16, in my opinion. But PSG, Real Madrid, both teams. Real Madrid's top of La Liga, I still believe, and then PSG, as I believe, is also still top of Liga. It's Messi versus his arch rivals. Maybe we'll see the kickstart because it's been stop and start for Messi so far at PSG. If we're going to be honest here, and maybe we'll see the reincarnation of his true form against the team that he always loves playing his best football against. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really sure who I'd take out of this game. Honestly, I'm kind of stuck with who's going to be going out of this round of 16 game. Honestly, it's a flip of the coin, to be honest.
Yeah, but it has to be said, Real Madrid have been excellent this season. Definitely better than they were last season. I don't know, man. As a Bayern Munich fan, I'm not too much of a fan of Paris Saint Germain, so I would like Real Madrid to win. Do I think they're going to necessarily win? As you said, it's a flip of a coin. It can really go both ways. But you know what? I'll give it to Real Madrid. I say Benzema's going to step up, and I think Real Madrid are going to go through.
I'm gonna the Benzema shout, like, thing is okay, if we're gonna break this down as like the tiebreaker, the difference between the two teams is superstars in caliber of like big players. And Real Madrid only have maybe Vinicius Jr., Karim Benzema, Valverde. And it's just like there's a lack of big players. You could say Modric, you could say Cruz, and they could step up, but compared to PSG, Messi, Mbappe, Neymar, yeah, they haven't been clicking. But I think when it comes to the Champions League, it's an elusive title that has
Not
escaped
wrong.
Neymar and Mbappe.
All right, let's go to the next one. I think we're both going to have the same opinion on this one. It's going to be Sporting from Portugal and Manchester City. As much as I would love Sporting to win, I think that would be a great run for them if they do. I don't see them winning against Manchester City, definitely, as they've just been dominating everywhere they've been to. Manchester City in the Prem and in the UCL. Um, yeah, I mean, there's nothing I can really comment on. I just think Man City is going to win this pretty easily.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't discredit Sporting Lisbon that much. They have been fairly decent in Liga NOS. I mean, they surprisingly got out of their group second in front of Borussia Dortmund, where yeah, they Borussia Dortmund this season have been fraudulent defensively, but at the end of the day, they are second in the Bundesliga. Sporting Lisbon has come out with big results. They have also been thumped by Ajax as well, and they're still not first in Liga NOS. I wouldn't say this is a clean slate game for Manchester City, but this should be fairly comfortable for Manchester City on paper. But I wouldn't discredit Sporting Lisbon that much. But yeah, I'd probably say Manchester City as well.
Fair enough. The next one, I think we're also going to have the same opinion on this one. My team, Bayern Munich versus Salzburg from Austria. And I must say, I do like Salzburg a lot. They've produced a lot of talents over the years, as you may know. Takumi Minamino, Erling Braut Haaland. And now they have another youngster, which everybody wants, Karim Adeyemi. I'm gonna be honest with you. I still think Bayern Munich is gonna win. The thing that I'm a little scared about is I don't think we're going to have Neuer in for the game, which is kind of concerning. Considering that we got trashed by Bochum today, 4-2, which is kind of embarrassing with no Neuer as well. So I'm intrigued to see how we're gonna approach this game. Um, but I hope today's defeat is not going to affect the game on Wednesday. But I think we're gonna get through the tie.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see RB Salzburg win because I don't like Bayern Munich. I'm not a fan of Bayern Munich, and I actually very much dislike Bayern Munich. And they have produced a lot of good talents throughout the years. I think one player in specific you've missed is Sadio Mane, who's also at RB
Oh,
Salzburg, and
I
then currently
completely
right
forgot
now,
about Sadio Mane. Yeah.
yeah, and then Brendan Aronson as well, who's getting a lot of A lot of interest by a lot of clubs came from the Philadelphia Union. I think this might be if between the Sporting Lisbon Manchester City game and this one, I actually think this one will actually be a thumping compared to the other one. I would like to see Salzburg do well. Don't get me wrong, but I think this one will be the thumping of those two games we just spoke about.
Hmm.
I think Bayern's just going to clean through in this game.
Okay, fair enough. And then Inter Milan, Liverpool. I'm not sure if this is the big game you were talking about. Um, it's gonna be an interesting game. Inter Milan are doing very good. So is Liverpool. To be honest, this is kind of similar to the PSG Real Madrid game. I don't know. I don't know who can win this. Uh, I would like Inter Milan to win, just because I feel like they kind of deserve it. They've been really good. But it's similar to the PSG Real Madrid game. It's a flip of the coin. Liverpool have impressed during the not the group stage. You know, they've been dominating. They've won all their games. So maybe that will affect the game. Who knows? But who I want to win, I want Inter Milan to win. Who I think will win, I think Liverpool is going to win it. What about you?
I'm in the same boat as you. Who I want to win is Inter Milan. But every time I root against Liverpool, they always somehow come out trumps. I mean,
It's
you talk
true.
about that group, the group stage performance they had. I wanted them to have an absolute disaster class, and they ended up just cleaning up shop in the group stages. And then, I would probably say Liverpool as well. Maybe, I mean, Inter do have a chance. This is the game to watch, in my opinion, because I don't think compared to the PSG Real Madrid game, there this one has less of a clear winner, in my opinion. People would say, well, Liverpool are second in the Premier League. You know, they're at least still in the title race, yada yada. But Inter Milan are top of Serie A, and they've been playing really well, and they're the team to beat in Serie A. And this season, there's a lot of competition going on, and this will be the upset of the group stages, and I'm gonna say Inter Milan's gonna win this one.
Okay, that's fair enough. The next game, this is your beloved Chelsea against Lille. By the way, funnily enough, if you guys have not been aware, if you guys have been living under a rock, these ties have actually been they've been redrawn twice during the UCL draw. So originally, all of these teams, but Chelsea and Lille, were supposed to play against another team, if that makes sense. And somehow, Chelsea and Lille have both tied each other twice in those UCL draws, which I find pretty funny. You're the Chelsea fan here, Shayan. I'm gonna let you take the spot here.
Yeah, there's a lot of people saying that this will be the upset of the round of 16, which I think is absolutely ludicrous to say that Lille will come out against the champions of the world and win this round of 16 tie. Lille have been dog water this season. They have been absolutely terrible. I don't know how they're supposed to win this game, how they're going to win this game. Yeah, they have Jonathan David. He's been decent. They have um, Timothy Weah again has had a decent season, but this team is so below par to their title winning team of last season. They lost their coach. Yilmaz has absolutely fallen off. I mean, it should be this one should be a fairly decently comfortable game for Chelsea. Chelsea will pull Chelsea. They will probably go like they'll keep it semi close, but they'll grind out the game. I don't see them not at least making it to a quarterfinals or semifinals for their defense of the Champions League this year.
Yep, I agree with you. And you guys know the theme of my channel. It's mostly based around Kai Havertz, so I hope Havertz does well against Lille as well. That would be great for me. Next game, Villarreal versus Juventus. Another interesting lineup. Really, Juventus have it seems that since the Dusan Vlahovic transfer have completely transformed into this beast team. They've been winning games. Vlahovic and Dybala have been insane. So I'm actually scared for Villarreal here. I have a feeling Juventus is going to go crazy on them. I don't think Unai Emery is going to be able to handle them. But yeah, maybe this is the start of another Juventus um, dominant era here. We're gonna have to see. What do you think, Cheyenne?
You know, people would say if Villarreal won this game, it would be an upset. I wouldn't think so. Yeah, Vlahovic has been really good since joining Juventus. But Villarreal, they actually it's such a good underrated group stage, and people didn't give them a lot of credit. They were unlucky to have not be in Manchester United at least one of the two instances they played. They're a team that created a lot of chances. If they can actually take their chances, unlike they did in the group stages against Juve, who's fraudulent defensively, like so bad.
It's
And like,
true. Juventus have barely made it out of the group stage. So
yeah, I mean, well, I mean, they topped the group, but like they didn't play well,
well, yeah,
honestly.
exactly.
Yeah, they didn't play well throughout their games. And so I'm gonna say Villarreal is gonna win this. It's who I said before Vlahovic joined. I get they have Vlahovic. I think it'll make it a closer game, but I'm gonna go Villarreal in this game.
Okay, fair enough. Next one, another one to watch. It's going to be Atletico Madrid and Manchester United. In my opinion, two teams that are kind of struggling at the moment, especially Manchester United. And I'm going to be honest with you. I love Ralph Rangnick, Manchester United's manager. I've loved him for a long time. I really do like his ideology, and I feel really bad for him with how he's going with Manchester United. And a lot of people seem to just criticize the Manchester United managers all the time when something is going wrong. When, in my opinion, I feel like it's mostly the players' fault. You watch probably more of the Premier League than I do, but I feel like Ralph Rangnick is a manager that can do well with United, but it seems that it's just the players that aren't fighting for the badge. And as for Atletico Madrid, they're a team that, from what I've learned over the years, even when they're struggling and they somehow play against a big team, they somehow dominate. So Manchester United has to watch out. I don't know who is going to win. Really, in my opinion, I think it's going to be the battle of the two stinkers. Whoever was the worst is going to lose, and the other
Yeah,
one's
who
just
can
going
be
to
the
make.
less worse on the
Yeah,
day between the two of them?
basically, that's how I think it's going to turn out. But just because I love Ralph Rangnick, I would like United to win.
I'm you talk about Manchester United struggling this year in the league. I think Atletico have actually struggled a lot more. They were comfortably the team to be in second this year in La Liga. They're right now in danger of possibly slipping to fifth. They have not had a good time. They got absolutely like destroyed against the Barcelona team that mostly everyone's been running their socks around this season. And that was somewhat of an embarrassing game for them. And I would like to say the Champions League historically is like Simeone's like playground. Like his style of play really fits the Champions League system in regards to playing defensive, grinding out a 1-0 game, and just playing defense. And that generally works for the most part. We've seen him have a lot of, I mean, they had a lot of historical runs, in 2015, 16, 13, 14, and they made it to finals. They should have probably won one, at least in this decade. They had a historic win against Liverpool. And so again, we also have to think about X factors. Cristiano Ronaldo loves scoring against Atletico. I hate whenever I get to see it. I think records and ducks are meant to be broken. And I think the duck will be broken and we won't see Ronaldo have his better games against Atletico. He'll probably score, but I'm going to edge just one to Atletico. They don't have anything really to fight for in the league. They're not in the title race. I think they might put their eggs in the basket for this. You could say the same thing for United, but I mean, United, I think are more in like, they have to focus to keep an eye on the league because it's a lot more difficult than Atletico having to keep an eye on La Liga. So I'm gonna go with Atletico Madrid in this game.
Yeah, I think you're spot on. Your reasoning does make a lot of sense. And last but not least, the last matchup here: Benfica against Ajax. Ajax have just been crazy good in the Champions League. They've been magnificent. Um, One of the best teams for sure, and they're playing against a Benfica team that were okay. They were in our group, and they were okay. I think Ajax is gonna win this. You have to realize also. I think is it Ajax's assistant manager or someone that helps Ten Hag. Mark Overmars has gone fired, so I'm not sure if that's gonna affect the team somewhere, some or another. I think Ajax is gonna win this pretty comfortably. What about you?
Yeah. Out of all these games, I think this one might be one that we could see a landslide slightly in by Ajax. They absolutely went on cruise control throughout their group stage matches. Benfica, yeah, were the surprise package to come out of their group. I mean, to a certain degree, like some people would have said, yeah, Barca probably finishing third. I was part of that party, but it's Barcelona. So you'd think maybe that prestige would have got them over the line. They got second instead of Barcelona. I'd say probably Ajax as well, but I wouldn't count Benfica out because they're not in the Liga NOS title race. They're not fighting for a title there, so maybe they might put their eggs in the basket, at least have a historic run for their fans in the Champions League. But it's going to be tough with Ajax. They've been playing well. They're top of the Eredivisie, but they're not perfect. This isn't a perfect team. Ajax haven't really gone up against a really, really difficult opponent. I mean, yeah, they were in the same group as Dortmund, but Dortmund, as I said, defensively are absolutely fraudulent. They've had such a roller coaster of a season. And so I think we'd have to edge it to Ajax.
All right. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it for this video. Now, before we close off this video, I have two things to ask you. Number one, who do you think is gonna win the whole Champions League this season?
That's a tough one. Oh man, I haven't really thought about it in all honesty.
You can give like a top three, like a top three.
If I were to give a top three, and the thing is too, in the back of my head, I just recently saw the Neymar documentary, so maybe part of me is like, okay, maybe Neymar might actually do it this season. So
So you would say PSG.
I didn't say that, but it's in the back of my head. I think City are favorites. They won't win it, but if we're gonna do this in a top three style, I'd say City, Bayern, and Chelsea, just because they're defending champions. I think they'll have a deep run. Will they win it? No. Will City win it? No, I don't think so. Bayern Munich. Part of me wants to say Atletico Madrid as well. This is tough. Okay, bank for dollar. This is my top three. I'm going to say Bayern Munich, City, Atletico Madrid. I think Atletico is winning this year's Champions League.
That's a huge shout, but I respect it. And the second question I want to ask you is, where can everyone find you? You know,
Yeah, I mean, just look up Next Generation Football on YouTube. Bam, you see that. You'll see our logo. Then you click on it, you see our banner. Absolutely lovely stuff. Subscribe. Just do what you got to do for the society and subscribe to Next Generation Football. That's it.
he's also got an Instagram, a Twitter, and all that fun stuff. I'll be, of course, putting all the links in the description down below if you guys to check out. So yeah, Sean, thank you so much for being in this video. It was great recording with you, and I want you guys in the comments to let us know what you think about the round of 16 of the UEFA Champions League this season. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.